The information contained herein is intended to help the viewer successfully navigate common IRS and Department of Labor requirements to help achieve successful results from their IRA. The information is not intended to replace information from your legal counsel or income tax professional. IRA Club does not offer or sell any investment. All investments have risk.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Investors Row podcast. My name is Kasha Baldus, and here with me today is Dennis Blitz, president of IRA Club. There's been a lot of talk about Social Security and the different changes, and here with us today is Dennis, who's going to shed a little bit of light on Social Security and what to expect in the future. And let me give you a tip. Foreshadowing doesn't look good, Dennis. So tell us.
It doesn't.
Tell us about the Social Security fund.
So what we want to talk about is the Social Security. What you and I probably have considered the backbone of America's retirement. And the backbone of America's retirement has been that Social Security check that people get at a certain age as they mature. And it supplements your income. Well, Social Security is an interesting thing because many people don't realize that when you get your Social Security check, there's really two components that make up that dollar amount. There is the amount that the Social Security Commission receives every month from people who are working, right? If there's a draw on their paycheck, that money goes to Social Security. Social Security resends it out. And number two, there is money that's in that check from the Social Security Trust Fund. The Social Security Trust Fund is an important component, and yet people don't think about it and don't know what it is. So we're going to tell you what it is and why it's in jeopardy. The Social Security Trust Fund is very simply, for many, many, many years, there were far more people working than there were who were retired. And so the extra money that was collected from the people that were working did not have to go out to the retired people. It went into just the Social Security Trust Fund. Well, something happened, and that is life expectancy kept growing and growing and growing. And by the 1980s, Social Security began to wave a flag and sound an alarm that, wait a minute, there's going to be a problem. Now, I'm saying this very carefully because Social Security doesn't deserve any blame for this. They've been sounding the alarm since the 1980s. And at that time, they thought that the trust fund was going to run out of money because people were living longer and longer and longer. And we were ending up with more retired people than we were working people. They thought that the Social Security Trust Fund was going to run out in about the mid-2050s, about 2054 or 2055, right in there. Well, what's happened? What's happened is people are living longer and longer and longer than they thought back in the 1980s. And now Social Security every few months posts a report on their website that says the Social Security Trust Fund will run out, bang, and they give a date. Now, the date will move up and they'll move up and down based on the number of people who are working, because more people are working, that date moves a little later because they're collecting more money. But if the workforce is not expanding, that date moves forward. I can tell you right now, they are saying the Social Security Trust Fund will run out in about the early part of 2034.
And so that's less than 10 years. You're saying that well will dry up in less than 10 years.
That's right, yeah.
So what does that look like for the people that are going to be receiving the Social Security check?
What it's going to look like is this. The Social Security Trust Fund right now represents about 20% of what Social Security sends out. When that trust fund runs out, everyone will still get a Social Security check, but it will be about 80% of its current size. Now, of course, it adjusts each year for inflation, et cetera, but 20% will go away. People already find it very difficult to live on Social Security. This brings up an important point. And the important point is you, I, all of us need to realize that we have to have our own retirement fund. We have to have our own plan for retirement because Social Security is not going to be there forever and ever. Social Security will be there for a long time, but it's going to be less of a contributor to our future. So it turns out that the person that you can rely on is you.
Right.
And Social Security is good, but it will run out, and it will, or probably this trust fund will run out, and it will run out somewhere in the 2030s. It goes up and down. If all of a sudden there's a big surge in employment, it'll go up, a little bit in a month or two. And if there's not a big surge, it's going to go down even closer. So all of us in our own lifetime will see the Social Security Trust Fund run out. And we have to protect ourselves. We have to have our own savings. We have to have our own IRA investments.
And in addition to that, the well is drying out. The cost of everything is increasing. And then we potentially could have fewer people working in the future with the rise of AI and robot technology and different things like that. So we have a lot of things working against us. So we need to take control of our retirement funds and our savings. And how can listeners do that? How can they take control and not just rely on Social Security in the future?
Well, we're biased, of course. The self-directed IRA is a wonderful way to invest. And our next podcast, by the way, is how to grow $1 million IRA. And if you're interested in how do people grow $1 million IRAs, please listen, because it's a interesting point that we make. And that you can build $1 million IRA.
So it sounds like if we just kind of take a step back, it's the reality is very sobering. Social Security is decreasing, costs are increasing, and our listeners just need to take a moment to realize that they're in control and they need to put money aside, find good investments, and really take control and ownership of their retirement because we don't know what changes might happen in the future too. So control your controllables and really take advantage of some of these tax sheltered accounts and take care of your money and put it aside for your future. Well, Dennis, thank you again for joining us today and giving us some insight about Social Security and what the future looks like. And it does not look good. So if you want a little bit more information about self-directed IRAs, these different tax advantage accounts that you can take advantage of, or if you wanted to check out Dennis's free ebook, check out our website, iraclub.com/podcasts, where you can find lots of information. You can talk to our team and download Dennis's ebook, and of course, listen to other podcasts. So we'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Thank you.